Okay. Let's do this. Let's get that heart out of chat first. I want to welcome everybody to Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords. This is the first episode of the new stream. We're going to get the advertising done here right quick. So I hope everybody is ready for some new adventures. I did choose the harder path, but we'll get to that as we adventure through. I say it's the harder path because it's the hardest starting path. Overall, it's probably the strongest path when you come down to it. And this is one of the more epic games. Lots to do here in the game. So I do hope that you're ready for an epic adventure. And I'm just going to throw my chat over here. Let's get some light on my beautiful shining face. And get the playback speed maxed out so that we're up to date when we all catch up. All right, we're going to load. You're gonna miss the opening cinematic of my name and me naming my character and you showing us all laying around in the ship. But I didn't skip the prologue. For those of you who are catching up on this, not live, I'm going to go ahead and tell you we don't need to load because we are at this point right here. This is the cockpit of the Ebon Hawk.
This is the galaxy map. It shows you are near Paragus, a mining colony. When the hyperdrive is fixed, you can use the galaxy map to choose a destination planet.
See, we have no other planets at this time. Active quest screen. Include information related to your ongoing adventures. Refer to this journal for hints and guide us throughout the game. I will tell you that
have new quests. To view your quests,
in order to get this working with OBS and at high resolution, I did have to do some editing of 2 DLLs and 2 INI files today, so forgive me if I have a few crashes. We are going to do the save early, save often method, and it's just the way it is. And the very bottom of my screen is missing on my monitor, so I can see on the broadcast the health bar has, you know, a little chunk. On my monitor, it's not there.
This room contains a plasteel cylinder and the communications console. To target one of these objects, move close to it, left-click on it, or press Q or E to cycle through available targets.
The Ebon Hawk communications console. I have no computer spikes. Bet there's some spikes in here. Computer spike.
You will come across many containers, some of which will be locked. The computer spike you just picked up can be used at computer terminals to access functions, such as opening doors. This is the main hold. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage compartment, but the door is sealed shut and cannot be opened from the outside. This old woman appears to be dead. There is a key card on the body that looks like it opens a locker somewhere. Your security skill is too low to open this footlocker. However, you can use your weapon to bash it open. Click on the bash icon or press 1. Sometimes bashing or blowing open a container will break some of the items. If you need help exploring the Ebon Hawk, access the map screen by pressing M. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. While some doors can be bashed open or cut open with a lightsaber or cutting tool, some doors require the use of the security skill to open. Use your security skill from the action bar to open. This is the cargo hold. Talking to other characters is much like using the computer console in the cockpit. Scroll through your response options or move the mouse cursor, and then click to select a response. Note that some responses may influence how other characters react to you, so choose carefully. Furthermore, certain skills, powers, and attributes may modify what choices you have, or how successful you are with those choices. 3CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Luckily, you have already found one. If you repair 3CFD, he can join your party and assist you in repairing the ship. Success! You have fixed 3CFD. Now he will join your
I like
party.
how they kind of look like little dogs that are sitting down all the time.
CFD is now a member of your party. To change which party member you control, click on their portrait or press Tab. Later, when you have more companions, you can add and remove party members from the party screen in the game menu. Use the keycard you found to open the locker. The impact armor from this locker can be equipped on the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon in the top right. Area of the screen, or press U. The lock on this container is too difficult to open. You'll need to use a security tunneler to help open the lock. Look in the unlocked cylinder next to this one to find security tunnelers. Sensor droids emerged from this box when you opened it. These droids will make for excellent target practice. Use the weapon from this container to attack the droids. You can equip a weapon from the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon in the top right area of the screen, or press U. Target by pressing Q or E, or left on the object you want to toward defeating the sensor droids. To continue combat training, open the metal box again, and more sensor droids will appear. If you encounter a difficult lock on a container or door, you can use...
Components, parts, and another spike. I could have sworn I just saw something here. Did you see that? Maybe I'm just seeing through it.
This is the engine room. This door is damaged and cannot be opened with your security skill or by bashing it. You will have to find and use an explosive trap to open this door. Take the lift outside the Ebon Hawk to find one. This lift will take you to the outer hull of the Ebon Hawk, where you will find many parts and mines to use for accessing and repairing the hyperdrive.
Why would I find
Use
mines?
the lift controls to go up.
Outside the Ebon Hawk.
This is the medical room. You have found med packs. You can use one to stabilize the condition of the human lying on the bed.
Glandry Mage.
The med pack can
Hey all,
stabilize your
going to leave the
condition.
stream as I take a nap. I have not seen this game in a while. I think I have this in my collection somewhere.
Success.
Nice.
You are stabilized. To recover fully, you will require
Welcome aboard,
medical
Mage.
facilities at the previous mining station.
If you ever
You
plan
are
on
not in
streaming
any
it, you're
danger
gonna
of
need to
dying
make some
from
mods to
right
it.
now.
But yeah, it's It's an oldie but a goodie.
This is the utility lift. You can use this lift to take you to the outside of the Ebon Hawk. This is the starboard side of the Ebon Hawk. This open hatch has some parts that will be useful for getting main power restored. This busted engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Take the parts here back down below to get main power restored. These exposed wires control the door to the starboard dormitory. The door is currently sealed, but you can override it from here. Success! The door is opened. You can now access the starboard dormitory through the garage.
I'm a firm believer that if you can do something, you should do it.
Don't forget to explore. This is the port side. The bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've detected automatically with your awareness skill. Some mines require higher awareness to detect. Approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage you if you get too close. You can use your demolition skill to either disable or recover these mines. Recovering mines requires a higher demolition skill than disabling them, but you get to keep the mine, which you can then use to set as a trap for enemies or break down into components at a workbench. You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access to the hyperdrive. After you plant a mine, back away quickly so that you do not take damage. You can use this lift to take you back inside the Ebon Hawk.
I would hope so, being we used it to come outside the Ebon Hawk.
This is the main hold.
Oh, I did that backwards. Now you go here.
This is the garage.
No. You go here.
This is the main hold.
I go here.
This is the garage.
That's the order.
These sparking wires connect to the trigger mechanism for the inner and outer garage doors. You can open and close the doors from here. Door closed. Do you want to do anything else here? Door opened. Do you want to do anything else here? This is a workbench. With a workbench, you can break down objects in your inventory into components. You can then use the components to create repair kits, weapons, armor, and upgrades. Because of the damage to the Ebon Hawk, this workbench has limited functionality. You can still use it to create a repair kit, which you can use to repair yourself. Use the workbench to break down the items you've found into components. Then use the components to create a repair kit.
I have how many parts? I have 2. No, I have none. So I need to view breakdown items. I can break down the broken item. And then I can break down one part. And then I can make a repair kit. And I read the instructions poorly. Now see, that blast door is sealed because we've got a big old hole in us. But this dormitory is open.
This is the starboard dormitory. You found a droid flamethrower. This is one of the special weapons that droids can use. To equip it, open the equip screen by clicking on the blaster icon in the top right area of the screen, or press U.
And now I got the parts back that I just used.
This is the garage.
Now that droid flamethrower can go there. I don't have anything for those slots. So let's put the flamethrower there, because why not?
This is the engine room. This is the engine room. The hyperdrive is suffering badly. You won't be able to make the jump to light speed until it is fully repaired, and you do not have the needed equipment here on the Ebon Hawk. However, you should be able to rig the hyperdrive to restore primary power and bring the port engine online. This will allow you to dock with the Paragus mining station for full repairs. Success! The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. Return to the galaxy map in the cockpit and travel to Paragus. engine is powered up. You can now use the galaxy map to travel to the Paragus mining station. This is the main hold. This is the cockpit. You can now plot a course to the Paragus mining station. To dock with Paragus, left-click on the Paragus planet to select it, and then left-click on the travel button.
And away we go.
The sensors show the door to the storage compartment is being sliced. There is someone, or something, else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
Well, that's no fun.
Awaken.
I went with the non-canon exile. The canon exile is a female. I prefer my exile this playthrough to be a male, only because of the class I chose this time. And I did choose to be a consular. Take those med packs.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the coltal tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm
Do
surprised
bullet
the ship was
holes
able to
usually
detect Paragus
show who
asteroid
fired on
without
them?
the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi. But we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially Corta, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the colto tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them, and moved them down to maintenance. But we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
Chemicals. Gotta love some chemicals. Alright, so I can increase my awareness if I make that. But more importantly, med packs. They cost 20 chemicals to make. I only have 25 chemicals, so it would be very expensive to make this right now. The antidote kit is even more expensive. So we're just going to have to wait. We do have 4 med packs right now.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead. Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the Colto tank about you. How do you feel? Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. But maybe I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things. I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened? Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor, a result of your Jedi training, no doubt. Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Yeah, well, that's
So it would seem.
That's the
Keep your
past.
And let us focus on the now. I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in...
If you sleep deep enough for people to think you were dead, you need somebody to keep an eye on you.
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed. Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions, minds colored with fear. Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived. You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions. I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious. And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy. I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
That emergency lockdown wasn't overridden. I just smashed my way through that door. Alright, this does 1 to 10 damage. This does 1 to 1 with 1 to 6 bonus damage. So I'm going to and now I have a mining laser, which is better than a no laser at all. So now these folks met some gruesome fates, huh?
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Zero Core said, "Found out you were streaming from my Discord server. YT never sent me a notice about it still."
That's
Hello, Rob.
not surprising,
Zero Core said, "Hello everyone." Zero Core said,
Hey, Zero.
"Hello Glantry."
Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, Corder. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out. And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely.
That's
And
pretty
like
much
before,
why
it was one
I
set by a mining
advertise
droid.
on
The
Discord,
three idiots
Zero.
were grouped so close to the charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just Corda and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives. So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to
Core
get that Jedi off the facility. And stop
Yet I
him.
just woke
In
up
the
and I
meantime,
checked
make
both
sure the
YT
security's
and then
armed with
Discord,
all the
and that's
ion
how
and
I
sonic
noticed.
charges you can find.
YT
If
can
those
be
droids
so
start
stupid
coming after me, I'm
sometimes.
gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot. I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt Corda or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security
So how has your day been,
room.
Rob?
Not too bad. Took me a little while to rewrite a couple of DLLs and a pair of INI files so that I could get this to work with OBS. But other than that,
droids start malfunctioning.
Yeah,
The belt should buy me enough time to get
it's been
to
a
the
good
override
day.
switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. Maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out.
I just saw them on
Cast
video.
aside your sight.
I don't need to
Cast
sense them.
aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards. Ah, you hear it. It is faint, but it is there. It is the Force, you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget. Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Great. I have to bash my way in here. Hopefully I don't break the thing I'm after. Oh good, the self-fuel generator's not broken. How are you doing today, Zero? I've already got a level up, though. That's nice. Alright, I'm gonna need stealth. Because you have to have
Zero
stealth
Zero
for the
Core
stealth field generator to
said,
do anything.
I'm okay, just woke up shortly before finding your stream.
I get 1 power. Okay, stun droid only stuns them. Shock does damage.
The Bio channel said, Hi everybody.
Hey, Bio!
Join the dark side, it is your destiny.
I'm not afraid of dark side powers.
The Bio channel said, Cool Star Wars game.
So much for stealthing my way across the area. I don't think I have repair. Is this my skills? Yeah. What is my repair skill? 0. I have 0 in repair. I wasn't calling 0. I just said I have 0 in repair.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read. But you have nothing to fear from this one.
00
And
core.
he might yet
Said.
prove useful.
LOL.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here? Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility, the only supplier of shipping-grade engine fuel to this corner of the galaxy. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up. You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Thank you.
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows? Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
Well, you know what they say, hope in one hand, shit in the other.
Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody? The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this self-security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here. Huh? What are you talking about? Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console. All right, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly
I don't think I heard anything when I came in.
So it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown, and... Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub. after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system. It's been cut clean. No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight and leave us here, trapped. I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us. We could try, but if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Tracked the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies. Sent the survivor to medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, the survivor, I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger and suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. So that's gonna mean true.
Do they not know how to push record and then stop the recording after they're done talking? Come on, Republic.
Inventoried the bodies and cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid's story. The T3 droid had seized up, so we left it in storage in standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know. We put the protocol droid to work in maintenance, sorting the mining droid comm routines and updating the recognition sensors. And to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we can get him off this station before there's a... Trouble between the work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with him. Quarter's mining crew wanted us to collect the credits for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will know word from the Republic. But I've sent out a broad comm transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay. 2 miners were drilled by a droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
T3! You're the real hero of this story. Screw the Jedi.
Zero Core said, "Ha ha ha, I know a bunch of streamers who do that at the end of their streams. They just stop recording mid-sentence, lol." 00 Core said, "Streaming, not recording."
Always save when you get to a new chapter. Chemicals, components, and a sonic grenade. Take that. Take that. Take that. Nothing else in here, huh? Okay. can't open that door. That's sealed. Oh, she looks beautiful. Somebody did a great job fixing that up. Take that. All right, I need to go find the parts that are missing. Oh, blasted with explosives. I don't have any. But I can get some somewhere, I'm sure. All right. As in the old days, save early, save often. I'm going to go put my plate in this kitchen. We've been going about an hour, so it's a great spot to refresh your drink, grab a snack, run to the restroom. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I has returned. Ooh, remains. Yeah, remember that sonic detonators are just basically grenades. They're low yield, they're not terrible, but pheromone kit and a repair kit. Nice. The fuel depot. Components. Remember, if I find a tool, workbench, I can make a mine. Deadly sonic mine. There we go. I've got a sonic mine right there. Purged the fuel lines, and I found 3 sonic charges attached inside. I checked the work logs. Only droids have been in the area. I tried to contact security as soon as I found the explosives, but I can't seem to get a signal through. I've removed the detonators, and I'll keep the explosives on me until I can put them in a secure hold in the hangar. Now I've got an ion striker. So we look at the options here, we've got our equipped droid striker, our shocker, right? Unlimited use. 1 to 6 points of damage for each of the attacking droid's levels. So, I believe I am a level 3 droid, so 3d6. Next item is a 10 use item, and then it's gone. Ion Blast is a 10 use item. So is the Ion Striker. So these go away, as does the Neural Pacifier, but the Neural Pacifier is useful against humans. But surprisingly enough, that droid shock arm is really all you need. Pardon me. Throw that optimized interface for more computer use. And we can, in case we need a heavier damaging weapon, and then we can look at, there's no weapons available, and I have no items that I can put in that slot yet. And now that we've gotten all the way to the bottom and got the mines, we go and save. Now we have to go all the way back up in order to open that door, and now you see they have shields. So as we go up, now we're going to use that ion. There's this weird thing that sometimes happens where you get stuck in this hallway. Luckily, it didn't happen. I do not need Chicos in Vermont calling me. Droid flamethrower and my neural... Well, the droid flamethrower is something that came from my ship, and the neural band is a new item for me. This poor guy is not repairable. Three computer spikes and some credits. Got it. Well, I hope I got the parts then. I did get the right part. Now, I could spend one of my spikes to get the whole map downloaded. I never do that. Any game that charges you something valuable like a computer spike, which I only have 3 of, to download the map is really terrible, in my opinion.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives.
Yeah, I just did that.
Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay.
I can commission droids wherever I want to.
Tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the Navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission
I agree,
breach,
either give
I'm putting
me
the
the
droids
map
in this section
outright
under
or
the
make
control
me
of the
earn
card
it or
dock
fill
officer.
it in as I
If
go,
anyone sends
but
commands
don't
to the
try
mining
to sell
droids
it to
outside
me.
this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override.
Exactly, Zero. Especially with something valuable like a computer
Looks like
spike.
those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked. Maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one. If we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Yeah, she's a beautiful ship.
Alhoon Gaming said, "Hey Rob and all in chat.
How you doing, Mr. Alhoon?
00 Core said, that used to drive me nuts where a shopkeeper would have the maps you would need for dungeons. LOL. Zero Core said, Yo Alhoon. Alhoon Gaming said, a lot better now, yourself.
I cannot complain. Good to hear you're better. I have to find the conduit.
00 Core said, how's the fam doing, Alhoon? Alhoon Gaming said, all doing okay. Zero, thanks for asking. Zero Core said, good to hear. Alhoon Gaming said, I sent you a DM, Rob, on Discord.
I'll get to it after stream. Let's save this game, new slot. That's Mark 1 armor. And this is Mark 1 armor, not going to change anything. I should check to see if he can go up a level yet. He can't.
Alhoon Gaming said, "No worries, I didn't expect you to look just now, it was a case of in case you hadn't seen it."
Roger. Yeah, I only put Discord on just as I was getting ready for stream. I spent the morning figuring out how to rewrite the DLLs and INI files for this so that I could get it to work with OBS. When I first fired this up, every time I started OBS, it crashed.
Alhoon Gaming said, "Should that not be Roger, especially since you're a droid and playing Star Wars?"
I'm an astromech, though. And apparently I'm a rather tough astromech because I keep getting ion blasted and I just wake up and keep going.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not? Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through. If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar. Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both.
Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself. I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
Alhoon Gaming said,
Can you read me?
"Nah, in his advanced age he is just going senile."
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful down there. Find the emergency supplies?
About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids.
There was no safety harness.
Spot and protect you against sonic mines.
Or maybe I just didn't notice it.
If you try to disarm them. They won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids. Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Again, it won't last forever, so make it count. Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids. You could, if you have the skill in a stealth field generator. These droids rely on thermal sensors, primarily to detect fuel deposits. The good thing is, that explosion down there kicked up so much heat and steam it may blind them. A bit, but not much. There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Okay, so I can use that to do demolitions. But only if I have the demolition skill. And just so I don't have to go through that all again. I'm gonna need that safety harness sooner than I thought. Here's hoping I have...
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if the mines don't get you first. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic charges a little easier. Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for mining. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
I cannot... I don't have the demolition skills, so the survey gear doesn't help me. See if I can wiggle my way between these. Of course, it makes me go to the other side. Game programmer is asshole. And I only have one for stealth. So this stealth field is only going to help me so much. I think that as a Jedi consular, you should have had stealth as a default skill. Oh, an advanced mining laser. That's handy. All right, that's a hot corridor. The only way through there is going to be with a... I'm not sure. We're going to save before we try and run through there, because I'm not sure which shield I need to use.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly enough.
Oh, I am so close to getting up to the next level. Definitely taking demolitions is the next skill if I get a skill. That does 1 to 12, so we're going to do that. Ah, you pissant little floating orb. No, 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 no. I want that little orb. Maintenance droid.
Marty 61 plays. Said. Good and happy Monday, Rob and chat.
Happy Monday, Marty. How are you today?
Core said. Hello Marty. Alhoon Gaming said. Hey Marty. Marty 61 plays said. Hi Zero Alhoon.
Alright. Time to go up a level.
Marty 61 plays said. Probably not feeling as old as I should be. LOL.
Hey, every day you feel young is a good day to me. Alright, this is Gearhead. This feat gives 1 skill point to repair, security, and computer use. You must have at least 1 in that skill to use it. Caution gives 1 to demolitions and stealth. You must have this feat at least 1. That's the one to take, because this gives me the bonus point for the skills that I'm currently using. That's the feat to take right now, I think. The other option is trying to find the one that makes demolitions and or stealth a class skill.
Alhoon Gaming said. You are only as old as the women you feel, that makes me 8 YRS younger LOL.
I think I'm going to take the caution right now. I'm looking for force persuade. Affect mind becomes dominate mind. Oh, I still have... I get 2 powers. That's nice. I don't need 2 mind powers. Force push. Eventually becomes force whirlwind. But stun droid, now's a good time to grab that. Now, when I put on the safety harness, oh. Now I should be able to recover mines. Now I can't recover them, but I can disable them. So when I need to get through a mined area, I can disable the mines. One more point in demolitions will probably let me start recovering. I do still have a mining energy shield, but I also have a stealth field.
Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Now watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
We're going to try and sneak past him, because now we have more stealth ability. How many spikes do I have left? And will I need them to open doors later?
Everybody here?
What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with him on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So he's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. He's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If he's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have him walking around here. I don't know what he'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on
Why did Kurta
What,
just do the Jedi mind trick wave?
Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Gorda, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
My demolition skill is too low to plant the sonic charge to blow up this container. That's funny. In the cylinder is the security tunneler I would have needed to open the cylinder. Don't mind me, droids. I've released you from your bad programming. You don't have to be mean anymore. Which of these doors is the way out?
Yeah, picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there? The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
So I'm munching on some canned apricots and it suddenly occurred to me that I have never seen a fresh apricot, only canned ones my whole life that is.
Now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Alright, this curved tunnel is the way out, so I can go bash this door. I think. I think this is a closed loop. But there's stuff in here for me to find. See, definitely worth coming through here. Now, if I had repair, I could go droid to droid and take parts off of them.
Zyron the Gamer said,
"Hey, Zyron."
Hi. 00 Core said, it makes me wonder why is it that I have never seen fresh apricots for sale in stores. Only ever seen them canned. 00 Core.
Well, fresh
said,
apricots
Hello,
are
Zyron.
only available in season.
Marty61 plays said, hi Zyron. Zyron the Gamer said, hi at 00 Core. Zyron the Gamer said, hi at Marty61 plays.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I
Zyron
be
the
of
Gamer
assistance?
said, how you been, Rob?
I'm doing okay. How have you been, Zyron? Been a while?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve. Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to
Zyron the
to
Gamer
facilitate communications
said,
and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination. Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation. Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship. Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master. Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor.
Drugged me into a stupor.
Awaken. Most curious. Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold. Clarification, by locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning. Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Oh, really?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And
much
when
larger.
It attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure. Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty. Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress. Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer. Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy.
What protocol words start with HK?
Of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi. Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars.
Oh, so you're the reason that we're in this mess. Gotcha.
If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty. Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious.
A Jedi Master? No, I was just a knight.
Intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this. 3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly. Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners
flawlessly
into
timed
sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications.
Sounds like a prideful statement.
But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems. You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level. Answer: I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap. It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape. Apologies. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror. Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged. Warning, Master. Continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation. Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code. Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good. Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful
00
about
Core
protocols
said,
bordering on
I don't
paranoid
entirely
obsession.
trust this droid.
I suspect once he
Yeah,
realized
so
something
there's
was
just
wrong with
something
the
not quite
he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
honest about him.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. If I do, I assure you it is merely a result of memory damage I have suffered since our arrival. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance? Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock. Recitation? Oh, yes, Master.
The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, stop with it! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life. Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done. Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance? Answer. I heard. Recitate. Object. Irritated objection. Master, there is nothing wrong with my communications functionality. I will prove it. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1V5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master? Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself? Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact.
That does 1 to 12, that does 2 to 16, definitely want the 2 to 16.
Master.
And let's... New save slot. You just poisoned me. And then killed me.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, man. Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Alright, now we save that progress. Because this is going to be a tough hallway. Because if I recall correctly, there's a couple of new types of droids in these rooms. There they are! Hold on. I don't know who you are. It just says Houston, Texas. Could be somebody I know. Could be nobody I know. They can leave me voicemail. I think the plasma cutter automatically bashes doors open. Let my force power grow up.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands.
What a good idea.
Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior core, so there's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi and med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War. I've been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shot down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Corda and his men are going to give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't... With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens. When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I get the code. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it, though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility, and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Yes, why? Shouldn't that have the airlock access? That's a turbo lift. Shouldn't I be able to unlock that from over here, though? Or do I have to unlock it at another terminal?
Greetings. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
No, that's the terminal that it should unlock at.
Greetings. It is a
I don't want to destroy the terminal in case...
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Ah, that's what I didn't do. Alright, folks, I'm going to stretch my legs again. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Great time to refresh your drink, grab a snack, go to the restroom, listen to the great and powerful Lieutenant Ripley sing, or snore, whichever she does. We're back. What's the switch button? Is it H? It is. Let's go for a walk. Level up. First increase on our attributes. 1 point to spend. Intelligence gives us more skill points, but I have to get a second one before I start getting more skill points. Wisdom will give me more force powers. I don't have high health. I'm gonna go with intelligence as my first. Because getting that third skill point is important. All right. At this point, I can put a point into security. Which will give me the opportunity to start picking locks. Or I can put a point into persuade or a point into awareness. Remember, my bread and butter is really persuade and treat injury, because treat injury is what makes the med pack heal me, and persuade is what gives me the ability to persuade others without using force powers. But you see, awareness is how I see explosives. Repair is going to become necessary. Eventually, computer use is going to be necessary. I think this level I'm going to split repair and awareness. I think I'm going to go with once we're off Paragus, we're going to start seeing living people, so stun is not a bad one to take. And then if we get another level before we leave, I'll take push. We're already very close.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility. On the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path. I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if...
Almost as if somebody
Now
who knew
what
I was
now?
going outside did it.
I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Might I recommend Lubriderm? Aveeno. Something for that skin.
Zero Core said, I bet it was the droid who did that to stop you.
He has come.
He didn't even look like he was breathing heavy. Oh boy, got some insulated gloves. Now I'm rocking some style. I need a Constitution of 12 to put the reflex package in. Well then. Guess that's going to be somebody else's toy. Somebody on the other side of this door wants to play with me. I'm at point-blank range. You're telling me I can't hit him? Ooh, data pad, storage log. Now the fire suppression systems have gone active. I can't even make it to the dorm section. I watched the turrets turn the carbonite freeze rays on Mayban before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, their range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor, but I didn't have any ranged weapons to take them out from a distance. I didn't have a stealth field generator to sneak across the room either. I tried unlocking the storage room to see if there were any cold-resistant items or grenades I could use, but the door was sealed from the lockdown. I don't know enough about security to open it. I didn't have sonic charge to blow the door open. Still, as long as droids don't make it into this section, I should be alright. Well, I guess that was the answer to that. More insulated gloves. That only does 1 to 4 damage, but I don't remember if T3 still has a blaster equipped. So I can't break that down right now. Oh, my bad. That's something I could have made. Alright, I know I can break down this mining laser. Although, for the one component that it's worth, yeah, I don't have the skills to make anything here. I was going to say, please tell me that I'm still wearing the gear. All right. No, you were supposed to stay over there. Oh. Alright, let's not fight that fight again. One fight at a time, right, boys? Okay, so he doesn't respond well to the, Oh, screw you.
Said. Anything new with you?
Oh, not really, Zarin. Oh, screw you.
Siren the Gamer said, I see. What's your favorite old Republic era warship?
I really do like the old Sith style warships, but come on, you.
Siren the Gamer said, for me it's the Valor class cruiser.
Damn it! Is that the one with the, instead of the hammerhead going up and down, it's side to side? I don't remember all the names exactly.
Siren the Gamer said, no. Siren the Gamer said, the Valor class cruiser was the mid-range capital vessel of the Republic.
Trying to lure out the one I wanted to attack. I purposely chose... Yeah, they cannot shoot out of the room, they said. That's why I chose my attack carefully. How about you stop making the thing disappear on me? I have a tactic. Aha! There we go. Now my tactic is going to be just fine. Another thing I can't bash. Come on now. Oop. Forgot that I still had that equipped. We have a grenadier still in the back there. Get my force power up and see what we got. I know there's a med bench near here. I can make more med packs from some of the chemicals I've picked up. There does not appear to be a got another lecture about contraband today. Security hasn't started doing spot checks of our quarters yet, so my cache in the lower bunk in my room in the eastern dorm should be safe. You won't even know it's there unless you know to look for it. Corda came around asking if I had any special cargo to sell, but I was getting a bad feeling about how he was asking, so I stayed quiet about my stash. I'm going to keep that blaster I smuggled from Telos and a few grenades there, just in case things get rough. Only benefit to having a room in the farthest from the door is that it should buy me enough time to dump contraband if security does a surprise inspection. You know, if you write about things in your notebook so anybody can read it, it's not all that secret. Ah, breath mask. Nice. And antidote kit. I swear they're never going to get around to fixing the ventilation systems, and if the food processors back up again, the next time fumes start flooding the mess hall, I'll be dead rather than just nauseous. I'll keep the breath mask here just in case we have a repeat incident. going to save right here. Because I'm about to try and open this door. Needs to be plugged into a holo reader in order to play back its contents. I got plenty of mining lasers now.
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you Malak. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
Corda, this turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You. It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me. But then you had to ruin everything by revealing his identity, and then trying to harm him. And that I cannot allow.
Statement. You are a risk, Corda. You are impulsive, crude, and soon, deceased.
Mocking query. Corta, are you dead yet? Smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes. In case you managed to get this far.
Okay. So when I get the turbolift codes, they're going to be backwards. Okay, I have 73, so I can make 3 med packs. But what can I break down? I can break down these deadly sonic mines because I can't place them. Let's see, I can break down this pheromone package because I can't use it. Requires Constitution 12. Not going to get rid of the reflex package because it could be used by, say, Atten, who might have a Constitution of 12. Every sonic grenade I break down is worth a med pack, so let's break down 4 of those. Now I can make a bunch of med packs. And in case I get poisoned, have a couple of these on hand. And now we're into the dorms. How am I missing him? All right, back to the age-old question of which way are we going on skills. Still only have 1 point if I take a non-class skill. I don't have any computer skills right now. I think I'm going to take the persuade and treat injury double. You know what? I'm going to take the repair and treat injury double right now. I'm going to take the push like I said I was. And we save. That's the broken log terminal. This hololog looks like it needs to be plugged into a holo reader. Blow it open with a mine that I don't have. I think that's the one where the contraband is. Guidon beacon. One to 6 points of damage. Guess it's a handy weapon.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the medbay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to it? Without it, the turbo lift to the administration level is locked down. We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... But no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since Corder and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system? It's...
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main hub. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. There's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck. The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here, unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter. Managed to use the holo transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolifts, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
I'm out of spikes.
The transmission gives the code to open the turbolift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13. Then the next 2 numbers are...
So it's dash is 5, X is 10, and dots are... No. Dash is 10, X is 5, dots are 1s. So it's... This is 5, and this is 7. 5 and 7, so it's 3, 17, 13, 5, 7. Short-term memory of a pufferfish. What is the damn code? Oh, and naturally my my face is in the way of the code. Someone in chat type the code in. I figured out it's... I figured out what the symbols mean, and I know I have to reverse it. I just don't remember the numbers. Oh no, it's gonna be 7, 5, because the last two numbers in the original code are 5 and 7. I guess I'll just have to run back.
The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Short-term memory, not so good. A few too many blows to the head. And this game doesn't save automatically anywhere.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed. The story is a long one, and time is short. Come, we must go, and quickly. We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
All right, these are the tunnels that lead to the airlocks. This is where Atten is. So we're going straight ahead. She can have the guidon beacon. Sure, I'll give her the fortitude +2 save. Give her a mining laser. Willpower save. Energy shield. And then she has, let's auto level her up from 3 to 5. And I'm only going to have her auto level up because I have no business dictating what the non-player character does with her skills.
I hear you.
But let's find out what her skills are. She has 2 ranks in computer use, 5, well, total of 8 in stealth, total of 9 in awareness. She has persuade. She has 8 ranks in repair, nothing in security, and 11 in treat injury.
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking? Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with the blaster. If not, then I fear our time together will be short indeed.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty.
And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station. Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue. Clarification. Assassin droid is such a crude term, Master, reserved for Durasteel drones uploaded with only the most archaic kill programs. The function I perform has been referred to as wanton slaughter. I prefer to see it as a means of facilitating communication, resulting in the termination of hostilities. Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that to take place, so I was forced to negotiate a termination of hostilities.
You're wrong.
After reprogramming the mining droids to
use the
mine
Schwartz.
any organics they perceived,
Hey, you're wrong.
they began to kill the miners one by one. Then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them all at once without wasting time hunting them through the mining tunnels. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay, enough to kill them, but ensure you slept peacefully. Of course, against my calculations, you awakened from your tank prematurely. I am ashamed by the inconvenience that caused for both of us. Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to resolve this matter, then you leave me no choice.
00 Core said, I knew this droid was bad news.
Yeah, I knew he was in terrible shape to begin with. Alright. You have a 1 to 7 mining laser. Let's give you a 1 to 8 mining laser. Let's give you a Mandalorian melee shield and an energy shield and you see he can use the reflex package.
You're wrong, said. It's insane. Most of that assassin line of droids went crazy.
And I'm going to set you to auto level up right now, but I'm going to start guiding you because I know what your future holds. You won't always serve your master.
You're wrong, said. AI is actually really forbidden and limited in Star Wars universe. This is why most are very dumb.
The HK vocabulator. Now let's just stand around here a second and admire things for a second.
What is it?
Do you have the Force Heal ability? Let me move my Millennium Falcon so I can see that part of my screen. You do not have the Force Heal ability, so I'm going to let you use one of my med packs to heal yourself. And you just relax over there and don't get yourself hurt again. Alright, my force power is built up again.
You're wrong, said. You don't need to see that it's just blah blah blah.
Something
Go
is
commit
wrong.
war
I
crimes.
sense no one on board.
You sense no one on board? Sense any assassin droids creeping up behind us like last time?
Everyone here has been slain, yet there are few signs of battle. No carbon scoring, no blast of fire. This place has been hit by assassins of a different sort.
Then what are we doing on this ship? We were better off in the facility. You two are supposed to be Jedi? You two are the worst Jedi I've ever met.
Oh, and go where? If the assassin machine was correct, then we cannot reach the hangar. Be silent. I need some time to think.
Look, I don't mean to cast another shadow on this, but even if you could reach the ship you came in on, it wouldn't matter. You'll need the orbital drift charts to clear the Paragus asteroid field, unless you want to have the shortest flight out of Paragus ever recorded. Well, of course they have the asteroid drift charts in their Navicomputer. They'd have to. Well, we'd have to get to the bridge. I mean, well, that's the biggest problem I can see.
We just got on the ship at the bridge.
Let us go. Our enemies gather while we wait here. Very well.
Let me have my bashing tool. Oh, I gave it to him. Oh, he can pick the lock. But he can't.
I hear you. Let me take care of this.
Bridge should be over here. I don't know what I'm doing.
I hear you.
I don't know what I'm doing. None of us know anything about computers. We'll need a spike. Spike.
We have taken on passengers to Telos.
Sir, we've just received an emergency broadcast. A freighter under attack by Sith forces.
Can you get an ID on the ship?
Yes, sir. We have its ID signature. It's not in our databanks, but its profile suggests some low-stock freighter. Says it's being hit hard by a Sith warship. Sir?
I'll need to confirm with command before we move to intercept. Report.
The Sith warship is empty, sir. We attached an umbilical and sent 3 strike teams through it, and there's no sign of a crew or its commander.
There's no one on board? What about the escape pods?
They're still in their berths, sir. This place, it's empty. It's like a ghost ship.
Then who was firing at the freighter?
We don't know, sir. The freighter's empty, too. We did a clean sweep and nothing except a lone T3 unit, badly damaged. Did you still want a tractor beamed to the Harbinger?
Search the freighter and the warship one more time. If they're clean, then we'll tractor the freighter over.
Yes, sir.
No idea why the Admiral thought that freighter worth all the effort, but we'll find out.
Everyone on the Ebon Hawk was dead, sir. We're starting autopsies within the hour.
What about that Sith corpse we retrieved from the warship?
We haven't had a chance to fully examine it, sir. He looks human, but he's fractured in several places.
Then keep me posted. Something's wrong here, and I want to know where all those Sith on the warship went. We're still experiencing a problem with the communications array, and now maintenance is telling me there's a cascade failure in the weapons.
Sir, I just picked up an unusual sound from MedLab.
I have come for the Jedi.
What the hell?
That's not an unusual sound. That
Communications just got cut.
Send a security team to MedLab, now!
Alright, folks. We're gonna save it right here. And we're gonna come back next week to finish the escape from Paragus aboard the Harbinger? Maybe the Ebon Hawk? Who knows? We'll find out next week on Monday. But until tomorrow night when we come back with Fallout 76, I hope everybody's doing well. Check in on friends and family. Make sure everybody at home's doing well. I'm Rob. Thanks for gaming with RP.